fix.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we hit connect streaming software. Excellent connection. Oh yeah, just go down to this. Like it keeps dropping. Yeah, go on one of those. Yeah.
Why it's not? Why?
I don't know, because it's not plugged in anymore. All right, does that mean it is streaming?
Not yet.
It's not?
Nope.
Why not? What do I have to do?
I don't know. Let's see. Alright, I just got the notification.
Yeah, it says it's working. All right.
Yep, we're here.
We are going to see if Erica.
Hello.
There's Erica. Erica is visiting the shop. You got hit mute, Holmes.
There's going to be an echo.
Sorry.
I've done that with my streams.
Yes. All right. So we're here with Erica and Tim from MacBook class and Lewis, who may or may not be sitting right over there. And we are going to see if Erica can recover data from this phone. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to do it. So don't freak out, even though the Stephanie's hopes are in your hands. All right. So I'm going to start off with a little high pressure note.
Okay.
From Stephanie. All right. Here, you can read it. All right. Because you have young eyes. When you're old, you'll have to have these.
Or when you're Tim, you have to have those too.
Or when you're Tim. Yeah, that's what we also learned, Tim. All right, so read that for everybody to see what's up with Stephanie's phone.
Okay, here's the issue description. Dropped my phone for 2 seconds in salt water. It seemed fine, and then it started to boot loop. I didn't realize it wasn't backed up in the cloud. Please help me. It has the late 4 years of my children's on there, specifically my last baby. I'm heartbroken and sick about this. I don't want anything about the photos. Please.
She doesn't mean her late children. I think she meant to say her last.
Yeah.
Her last children. Not, just to clarify. These
the last 4 years.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal. This is an iPhone 10. Now, have you ever fixed an iPhone before?
No.
Have you broken an iPhone before?
No. Oh, what? I have. I have.
Yeah. Wasn't there a little 4S?
Yeah,
I heard about. All right.
I fixed it at component level.
Yeah.
You did? What was wrong?
Was that that iPhone 4S or whatever?
Yeah.
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 I remember that.
Water jumped into it. I don't know what happened.
The pins were messed up because of water.
Water jumped into it?
Yeah, it jumped into it. What? I never dropped it in water.
All right. So what we've learned is there's an iPhone repair expert right over there in case you have any questions. Okay.
Yeah, I refurbished the connectors in the phone. Something you used to be able to learn in practical board repair school.
That's right. Back in the day, yes. All right. So with this phone, there's a, it's how would you describe what it's doing? Like it's just sitting here all by itself, and then it'll
goes to the Apple. And then I imagine it's going to shut down, and it just goes in a cycle.
So it looks like it's going to boot up, and then it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it looks like it's going to boot up, and then it doesn't.
It's boot looping.
It's boot looping, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's in the category of brain-dead phones. So phones that are like this, if you were to take it all apart and connect it to power and do the things that you hear Lewis doing, like, let's measure PP bus, so we're measuring the power rails, they would all be there. So the problem isn't power. This thing's totally plugged in. The problem is information. So the other half of what a phone has to do is it has to be able to know what and how to do and get all the right sensors and get all the right information, get all the right thumbs up, the data side of the phone. And that's what's wrong with this phone. Now, how did it come to be this way? What did her note say?
It got dropped in salt water for 2 seconds.
All right, so it got wet. So the first thing we're going to do is open it up, and we're going to look to see how bad is the salt water inside, all right? And by we, I mean you, all right? So step one, here's your screw tray, and we're going to head over here to our hand camera. Here's the phone. Step one is you're going to use this driver to take out these 2 bottom screws and stick it right there.
Okay.
All right, take it away.
Okay.
All right, here she goes. She's going in.
Okay. On these 2 bottom screws?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Lefty loosey.
Righty tighty, yeah.
There you go.
Someone is rolling coal on my car even though it's parked.
What?
Rolling coal.
Do you know what rolling coal is? I know. Have you ever
No,
heard of this phenomenon?
No, we don't roll coal. That sounds old-fashioned. Are you old?
It's someone
I don't
who's
speak
Rolling
Okay.
coal is when you pass
Is
some
that a
pussy with
millennial thing?
Rolling coal is when you pass some pussy liberal with an electric car and you have a giant beard and a MAGA sticker on the back of your giant Ford F-350 diesel.
Yeah.
And you just smash the gas so that it makes a giant cloud of diesel smoke right behind it that causes the person in the electric car to cough. And it
That
happens,
is.
if you drive down rural
fake
Pennsylvania,
news.
it will happen more often than
Does that also happen in Lumberton, North Carolina?
No, but it happened to me in
My
Pennsylvania
goodness.
several times.
How come this thing looks bigger than the screw?
Oh, maybe it's the wrong one. Let's see.
Is that RPL4 from
Tim, return the correct driver. This place is
It's close enough.
I was gonna say, why does it look
polluted.
so big?
You've passed your first test, Erica. Well done. Erica has correctly identified that she has the wrong tools for the drive. All
Yeah,
right,
it looks-
now
it
she's
looks-
really cooking.
What size is that? I don't even know.
Too big.
What size screwdriver is that?
The one, that one
Here,
that
one
it needs, pentalobe.
Okay,
Here,
which
this
size
one.
pen?
Yeah, the
Here,
one that
here's a
has.
one, yeah.
Here, we put a little dot on the ones that are the.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Is that
Yeah,
it?
See, a little dot. Yeah, same one.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Does it
iPhones
believe it?
are like cats. Huh?
I see people at Q's Tech Service, I know you. Rodrigo, I know you. Nasera, I know you. I don't know if
Okay,
that's
here we
White
go.
Or Alawi.
Can you guys see? Oh, crap. Oh, I thought you were looking underneath here.
No, right over
Okay.
there. All right, you're doing it. There you go.
Yeah.
This place has now been contaminated with a lot of MacBook stuff because we've been doing MacBook board repair course all week. So we've got MacBook drivers mixing in with the phones, which is like mixing dogs and cats. All right, she's got one out.
Does anybody
One
have a
of two. Huh?
They're asking if there's cookies.
Cookies. What does that have to do with anything?
She's a cookie.
Oh. Nope. It is extremely healthy in here. There's no cookies of any kind.
And there's no
There's
pizza.
water. There's seltzer. We can go on a lot of runs. We like to do a lot of fasting.
Fasting.
Yeah. Huge fans of fasting.
Okay, here we go.
Excellent. All right, achievement unlocked. All right, so now we have those two. So this is the only place where you can kind of mess up a little bit. So
Okay.
I'll help you out on this step, which is we're going to crack open this guy.
Okay.
And we're going to do it with this tool, which is the iPad Rehab warranty voiding tool.
That's like a spudger of sorts, right?
Kind of, yeah. It's a dude that opens these. Right, so it just kind of goes in there like that. And then just with fingernails. Now this is a really thin screen that it's easy to, make it kind of go dark. But there we go. So it's opened up.
Can you guys see it?
All right. They've seen this before, right? Here we go. So now you are going to tell us whether or not it's full of salt water. So look under the microscope
Okay.
and see what you think. We'll see if we can get to microscope view. Let's take this away. There we go. And now we can all see. So we're looking around. And does it look like it's full of salt water? Yes or no?
From what I see,
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't see any signs of it.
Erica
Maybe it's just me.
says no signs of salt water.
I know there has to be signs of salt water, but I'm not seeing
Are you-
corrosion off
you-
the top of my
You
head.
saw the shield yet, Erica?
All right. Erica correctly identified no salt water in this phone. So now let's think for a minute and think, how did it come to be boot looping, which is a brain problem, when it's not full of salt water?
Charge port?
Could be something plugged in. I
Yeah.
love the way you think. So let's take a look at the schematic. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Have you looked at a lot of schematics in your life?
Just one or two.
Okay, well we're going in, all right? We're gonna go on a deep dive, we're gonna go to the schematic. And we're gonna go specifically, not to the charge port, but we could start there. Let's start at one of these other things that you plug in. So you see how this part plugs in? Now this part plugs in. This is the little front ear speaker, Face ID, ambient light sensor, dot projector assembly. So a bunch of stuff in there. And it plugs in right here. Now, I'm picking that one to start with because of this.
Oh.
What do you think might have happened to Stephanie's phone?
The water might have gone through that.
Yeah, because that's a little mesh for the ear speaker. So if a little drop of salt water just goes down there, then it could it's not here, right?
Yeah.
It
This
could
phone is
bother.
liquid resistant.
Right?
How could that happen? This phone is liquid resistant.
I know. I mean,
There's no way Tim Cook lied to me.
well, Stephanie lied. I mean, obviously she didn't get her phone wet.
No,
This
it's
is
a
waterproof.
special type of salt water.
Yes, something weird is
You're using
definitely
it
afoot,
wrong.
right?
You're using it in the
Yeah.
wrong water.
I've been lied to.
So, let's see on the schematic what might happen. What does this thing actually connect to, and does it have anything to do with the phone's brain? So let's go on a hunt. All right, so let's go dig in. Here we are. This is the iPhone 10 connector where that little front assembly plugs in. So let's see what's going on in here. So let's see what you can make of this. All right. So take a guess. What do you think this line here at the top, what does that have to do with?
The microphone?
Microphone. All right,
Front mic.
score 3 for Erica. Yeah, so front microphone. And then this one, front microphone again, right? And then we've got one called PP3V0. So that sounds like power for
Power,
something.
yeah.
Power for whatever Yogi is. And we don't know what Yogi is, but then it says proximity ambient light sensor. Okay, so that's going to be one of those other sensors. And then we can look down, power for Rosalind anode. All right, so that must be, power for something that has an anode and a cathode. What do you think about this one?
Speaker coil to speaker.
Yeah. So something about speaker, like loudspeaker. Your
Yeah.
ear speaker. Ear speaker, next one ear speaker. So this whole side seems to have to do with the front mic, the ambient light sensor, ear speaker. And that doesn't have anything that really is directly connected to like the phone's brain, like the CPU or anything like that.
Yeah.
So let's say, man, I'm not super interested. I'm not sure how saltwater Stephanie could have killed her phone over there. Let's look on the other side of the connector. All right, so now it's a little bit more crazy. So what do we have? What's that?
Front mic
Front mic
to
again.
the codec connector.
Front mic again. We don't know who Yogi and Rigel are. And then this one, though. Let's look at this one. Proximity bidirectional AP. AP. AP's a big one. AP means application processor. And you know what another word for that is? CPU.
Oh.
Yeah, CPU. CPU. So CPU, and then always on processor. CPU. And then this one, I2C0. That is the CPU's main intercom. I2C0 down here as well. So these two are talking between the chips that are in that little flex to the CPU. So let's think about what might the whole phone do if the CPU's got the intercom, which is kind of like the principal in the principal's office at the school, and he's got all of these different classrooms that he's got to talk to, where he might say, all right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and today's lunch is hot dog on bun. But the kids in the gym are beating on the intercom. What does everyone hear?
The kids beating on
The kids on the intercom,
Yeah.
exactly. Which, if the CPU is trying to say, come on, we're going to boot up, it could be that there's a drop of salt water that's bothering that communication line to the CPU.
Yeah.
And it's making the whole phone not be able to turn on. All right.
Yeah.
That
Makes sense.
I like that idea, Erica, and now we're going to ask you to come up with a plan to see whether or not that's really what's happening.
Okay. Open it up.
Okay, open it up. All right, she's going to open it up. So open it up. Here you go. How are we going to do it? Let's look at the hand cam. Erica is going to open it up. So as we look at this, there is a tiny screw here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one under there. 5. 5
Okay.
screws. That thing's going to come up, and then you'll be
Okay.
opened up. So here you go. All right, she's going to go for it.
Is it the same screwdriver?
Nope, this one is this guy. So it's these little, tri-wing doodads
Wow.
that are going after that. Yep. All right.
These things are
Now,
tiny.
this is a very classic case that we see a lot. I mean, I don't know for sure what's wrong with Stephanie's phone, but if it is this drop of water down the ear speaker thing, we've seen that a few times. And a lot of folks with this problem go to the Apple store and say, help me get my data, like Stephanie, all my last 4 years of kids' photos.
She
Guess
deserves
what
it.
the
She didn't back it up. She deserves it.
Oh,
She
Guess
deserves
what
it.
the Apple store says.
You deserve to
You
lose your
lost
data,
it.
you bitch. You didn't back up your stuff. That's what they would say on r/Apple.
Well,
Oh, I got
That's
banned.
exactly what they would say on r/Apple.
Well,
someone give this guy a cookie. He
You
sounds like
deserve
angry
for
New
your
Yorker.
pictures of your baby to be deleted, and you deserve for your baby to be deleted. How dare you not back things up?
Yeah, he definitely needs a cookie.
yeah, that's how she got a late baby. Yeah. Well, it's true.
Have you read the post I respond to on that forum?
I'm not.
100%.
I'm not a millennial. I don't
That's
go and read
exactly
it.
what they would say.
Well, why don't you make a
Thank
post
you.
and then let's see what happens. Let's see if that's true. All right.
Please remove rings when you work on electronics. Many devices killed with those.
Really?
What? How?
Now I'm gonna wear extra rings. Oh, really? Which one? You think the big one? This ring I really like.
I'm gonna wear extra rings just to troll you.
Here we go. Then we give it the extra ring treatment. Here we go. Now this ring's a special one because it's even got a battery inside it. So there we go. I'm gonna stick this ring. Can you rub your rings around on here and give it the ring treatment? Popular
Travis said-
Vladimir is gonna exit chat. He's gonna be like triggered.
fucking pissed.
Okay, now I'm sorry, Stephanie, if Vladimir turns out to be right. I mean, I'm just a dumb woman. What do I know? All right, come on, Erica.
Okay.
What are you gonna do now? We've got some stuff that we can disconnect. So you've got
Okay.
that free. So what is your next plan here?
Okay, so let's see.
Also, always wear ESD bracelets or the phone might explode.
Vladimir
says
is
Sarah.
crying now, says, hey, Mike.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, Vladimir, but it had to be done because
Roll some cola.
we're not.
We need an
Roll
ESD
some
bracelet. The phone is going to explode.
Is there? Did I remove it all, or is there like 2 more screws?
Nope, those are the screw brackets that the
Oh.
screws were in when they
Okay.
were on the other side of the shield.
Okay.
But good question.
Okay.
All right, so now what should we do?
So how do I take it out? Should I take it out?
Well, I don't work here, so you're kind of on your own.
Uh,
All right. So what is the theory that you're trying to why do you think it's boot looping right now?
there is a possibility that a drop of water went on there, and then it's
Yeah,
causing some
and that
sort
it
of issue.
went in here,
Yeah.
and that's communicating to the whole logic board through this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
So what do you think we should do?
Is there any way you can look at it a bit closer?
Yeah, we can. That's not a bad idea to just say, let's just use our eyeballs then and see what we can find. So Erica wants to look a bit closer, so let's do it. Let's see how to get back under the microscope. So here under the microscope, we can kind of look at that, this piece. It's a little bit hard though, because the chips are actually inside there.
Is there any way you can remove it, or no?
Ooh, remove it. I like the way you think, Erica. Erica says, is there any way you can remove it? And yes, you can sit here and look at, say, how is this connected?
Oh.
Is there something here? I'll give you one little example of something similar. So let's go back to the hand cam. So Erica wants to just remove it. So I'll give you an idea. This right here doesn't have anything to do with our problem, but look, with my fingernail, I can disconnect that.
Oh.
And I can disconnect
This guy's
this, and I can disconnect that just by using a fingernail. All right.
Wow.
So now,
See if I can.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, I think. Oh, wow. It actually comes out.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
So is that the one that was for the screen?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Erica has officially disconnected what we think might be the source of the problem. She's disconnected this whole assembly. So if the only thing wrong was that the kids in the gym here were squirreling the communication of the CPU, then what do you want to do now?
Can you replace it? Can you see how it would be if you replaced it?
We can't replace that because it is one of the parts that can only be married to the logic board by Apple.
Oh.
But
My
you can
employee
leave it off.
is in chat when he should be
Really?
working.
Wow.
All right, Erica. So Erica has disconnected And what happened?
It booted.
Yeah. Wow.
And what happened?
What?
There you go. Take it. All right. So
That's pretty surreal, you guys.
it booted. Why did it boot up?
Because you disconnected and whatever the
Who
problem
did
was.
it? Who disconnected it?
You did.
No. I didn't touch that thing.
Well, you guided me. You guided me.
I specifically
I
did
did
not.
it.
I suggested how that worked and asked you what
Wow.
you should
So
do.
if that data line
If
is
you-
being pulled down, rather than just
Isn't
not
it
have it work,
crazy?
it actually kills the entire device.
Yes.
What a
Yeah.
fucking piece of shit. At least on a
insane,
MacBook, when
yeah?
you pull down a line, all it does is it makes a sensor not work. It doesn't kill the entire fucking device.
Yeah, it causes it to boot.
Well, phones are just they're designed to be like, if I detect any fuckery, I'm not booting.
If you-
Because it's not that somebody dropped me in salt water, I'm waterproof.
Oh.
It's if I don't hear what I'm supposed to hear, it's because somebody's fucking with me. Somebody's trying to get into me. Somebody's trying to get this data, and I'm not gonna let them. That's their whole attitude. You know, these phones are just, you know, they're total door lockers.
Yeah.
You know, so
So if
you-
there's
you
anything
understand.
wrong, it just says we're gonna shut down.
It says, yeah, it's very quick to
Wow.
to not boot up at all.
That's insane.
All right, so let's
Okay.
look. So show him. So you can.
Yeah, look at
Do
that.
you have touch?
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So now, will you be able? I mean, this is serious, right? This is Stephanie. You can call her and tell her. I mean, read her what her note said
What you're
again.
gonna tell her is, hi, my
Please
name is
help
Cinevision.
me.
You might have gotten your data back.
It has the last 4 years of my children on there,
Yeah.
especially
This is
my
drive
last
savers, so it's gonna be
baby.
$1,200.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken and sick about this. I don't want anything but the photos. Please, exclamation point, you know. So Stephanie's lucky that she found her way to Erica's amazing troubleshooting ability. And, you know, this is crazy because legit, if she went to the Apple store where they could just go, here, let me take care of that, blah, 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 blah. Here's your data, now buy a new phone.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. They would tell, they are unaware, and then we see this all the time, and they tell people there's nothing you can do.
Wow.
And it's true. Like it's really as bad as that. So there you go, everybody. Erica has brought back to life Stephanie's phone and now can save 4 years of the baby pictures just by, as a brand new beginner, using a little bit of common sense to realize what you should do when you get a drop of water in your iPhone.
And charge her $1,200.
With the guidance of Jessa Jones.
We had a drive savers debate in the car up here, and I recorded it and uploaded
Debate.
it. Who
Was on the pro side?
I was on the fuck you for billing $1,000 for a charge port. She was on it's a flat rate. It's totally fair. It's on you for not finding somebody else.
But that's tough though when
So
you're
now you're
when
gonna call her and tell her this is $1,200, Erica. Come on, live it.
Me?
Yes. Why are you so shy now?
I don't charge her $1,200.
Oh, you don't want it? You don't want to be me? You don't want to be the asshole drive savers
No,
pricks?
I want her. I want to tell her to
That's
buy
what
a new
I
iPhone.
iPhone.
She owns Apple stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What?
Look, somebody stole a car. They had to like call it.
Oh yeah.
There goes your Tesla.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I have for this. So good job, Erica. Erica has now officially fixed an even number of phones as Lewis, so 1 to 1.
Really?
1 to 1.
And-
I fixed one iPhone before too. So
Yeah, there you go.
I'm really happy though
I
she
broke
got
one
her
of them.
photos.
I broke
Yeah, me
more than I
too.
fixed.
I mean, that's pretty cool, right? To like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's super fun to call her up. She's gonna cry. You know, it's like really fun. Ring the bell. You gotta ring the bell. All right, good job. All right, we'll have to come up with something for Tim to fix, but I gotta.
How about Lewis? How about the ghost over here?
That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something.
Oh jeez.